But the man who sold it to him, Jake, has spoke.
This is really,
and actually,
I will say this is really weird because I joked to a friend about this. I sent a message, imagine if someone came back and he kind of thing. And I wasn't expecting to hear this on Radio Sheffield. And my mate sent me a message saying, all right, Mr. Jake, sod off now.
So Milan Manderich, the man who sold the club to CHANSIRI, was speaking with Radio Sheffield, and it was a very interesting interview. I would say go and listen to it if you haven't. I will use the Stars wrap-up of basically everything that was in that interview, so we'll use their article here that reads as follows. Milan Manderich wants to try and help Sheffield Wednesday. Speaking on Radio Sheffield's SWFC special on Tuesday, he said, quote, "He gave me all the commitments in the world, that he's got the money, the desire, that he's got family there, and that they all talk the same way. I was not very happy to leave the club, but there were circumstances. It was my time to leave. But I was kind of relaxed and relieved that he would continue to do a good job. He took the wrong direction and advice, and now the club is where it is today, and who is suffering the most? The loyal supporters. It definitely needs a big rescue now. We all know that. All of us who love Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to meet in London. I'm arriving there next week, and I'm going to talk to some people about that. I have a plan to do so. I have my ex-manager who was there, Paul Aldridge, and John Redgate, who all work for me. They know what's going on, and I want to see what could be a possibility to take over that club. I would have to get involved if I'm going to bring somebody. I'd have to get involved myself. I have no problem with that. There are two things. You have to find the right person, but more importantly, you have to have Mr. CHANSIRI agree to that. And that's the very difficult part. He doesn't want to sell it. He's asking a crazy price. He will never get over 100 million, as I understand. He'll be an obstacle no matter what we try to do, end quote. You know, we've sort of said, oh, Milan, you've put us in this situation, but this kind of says
he got
exactly what we thought actually behind the scenes of CHANSIRI had the family involved, and they've tried to the TUF and that
John West, all that lot.
All over the branding.
And they said, we're not involved. Well, this says otherwise. And I won't lie, out of Milan and DC, who am I going to believe? I'm believing Milan. And the other thing is...
Yeah, so am I, especially because like a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, he's owed 10 million, he just wants to come back. Right, that 10 million is only if Wednesday we reach the Premier League, right? Which he knows is not going to happen now, sort of thing. And I think he probably said to himself, I'm not going to get that money now. Like, and people are going, oh, he's coming back to protect his investment. I'm like, yeah, but Wednesday need to get to the Premier League for that. If he's coming back and he's talking about a takeover of the club, he might get some sort of, if he actually instigates it, he might get some sort of fee there. But I think this is more of a case of Milan's an old dude now.
He's 86.
Jake, right? Yeah. He's 86 years old. He had a really, really good bond with our club. And as you get into that, I think he's just the situation now. This is my mess. I need to at least try and do something about it. And I really commend this.
Yeah.
Like the way he's taught, even if he can't do anything sort of thing,
he's trying.
He's got more money. He's got more money than God. Do you know what I mean? Like he could just sit on a beach, live out the rest of his days, but he's realized something's happening with the club I've sold here. And yeah, and it's like, oh, well, why? He must be coming for his 10 million. 10 million that he's not guaranteed to get no matter what. You know, I think he's coming because he's at that stage now where he's like...
Make you wonder how long he's been watching
I should probably do something about this.
But it also makes you, wonder how long he's been watching this and making to see. And again, there's a common theme that keeps coming up every time DC and people are called. DC is hard to work with. DC is hard to do anything. I've never known business like this with DC. I've never known this. I've never known that. They keep coming up from different people. Milan said it. I've offered my advice before and he said, I'll think about it. I'll ring you if I need you. He doesn't do that. It's his way or the highway. And the thing is, with Milan, the big thing I got here is that he still obviously cares about the club. And it makes you wonder how long he's been watching this and just waiting and waiting and waiting. And the thing is, the only person who's ever been able to struck a deal with him and get something with it was Milan. So I'm wondering if there's a case of going, look, I'm going to do this because I knew how to get a deal with him the first time when I didn't want to go. Everyone knows the reason why Milan left the first time. And the thing is, yes, I've seen some people go, oh, we're going back to the well again, or we're getting someone in again. It's the wrong direction. If it means getting DC out for a small bit while Milan goes, right, I need to get a better structure in place and better people. And again, the EFL, finger crossed, is a lot better at getting people vetted this time. So you pray that someone like a DC wouldn't fall through the cracks again.
There's no national media outrage about this.
It's starting to ramp up a little bit, but it's starting to ramp up too late. If that makes sense. It is there and it is slowly getting, but it's only started to come once the EFL charges have come, once we haven't been paying people. There's been no one banging on about it apart from the local stuff. And this seems to does happen with EFL clubs. It only gets to that point when it's very close and the EFL in charge. And it's anytime like anything's been done about us, it's been a negative. And granted, this is a negative, but it's never been about the ownership. It's been about the stadium. It's been about X, Y, and Z player or something. It's never been about DC. But for whatever reason, for the longest time, DC's not really had a full hit piece done on him, if that makes sense. The biggest one he had was 2019 by the Athletic, and we covered that when we went down. But since then, there's not been anything else. And it's the whole thing where we're trying to still find out, to this day, we're 10 years into his ownership, and people still haven't really got a fully clue where all his money comes from.